My name is Francesca Hutchinson. I am a multidisciplinary artist from Offaly, and I create installation spaces that people can be immersed into. I feel like the physical nature of my work helps me come to terms with my views about the world. The whole physical process of making the work, it's like I'm dealing with my emotions and I am coming to terms with different things. My work is almost like a performance. Like, the materials aren't supposed to last very long, so therefore the experience that a person gets when they go into my work is what lives on, not necessarily the work itself. To me, that's very powerful because I have to kind of let go as an artist because the materials have a life of their own, really. Secondary school was quite difficult for me because I never opened up about being a traveller, and that was because I was very aware of all the negativity that surrounds travellers and stereotyping, and I was just afraid that if I opened up that I would be subjected to all that. It was only when I went to Limerick School of Art and Design then that I was like, you can be who you want to be, and that's when I really felt like being a traveller is who I am, and I'm so proud of it. And I don't think that I would have been able to come to terms and accept my identity if I hadn't gone to Limerick School of Art and Design. At the root of everything that I make, my family is my main motivation, my grandmother especially. So the most recent work I've made is about my grandmother's chronic illness, and it's titled Ephemera. I just want to exhibit my work and almost use my work as a therapy and as a healing, and educating people about my culture through my work in a very subtle way. I host a beady pocket workshop, and that is a specialist workshop that I hold, and the main reason is just to keep the craft alive, because a lot of crafts in the traveller culture have essentially disappeared with generations that have passed, like making wagons and tinsmithing and beady pockets. So these are just examples of beady pockets that I've made up here, and I'll pass them around. You're more than welcome to look at them. So as you can see, they're just basically two pieces of fabric sewn together, and then there's a strap either side, and there's buttons and different stitches on them as well. So basically they're a craft in the traveller culture made by travelling women, and there's lots of different types of stitches on the beady pockets as well, and the stitches meant different things. So for example, a French knot was used to remember someone that had passed away. The importance of the buttons and the medals were that as the women were moving around, they'd cut a button off and exchange it with each other. So the pockets were constantly changing all the time. Essentially, a lot of the beady pockets would have been made from found materials. So it could be old flour bags or hessian or different materials. And then to sew these together and embroider different stitches and different colours and buttons. So basically transforming something using found materials. If there is 20 women in the workshop who didn't know how to make beady pockets, those 20 women might go and tell one person, so that's 40 people from one workshop that will now know about beady pockets. The crafts are different in every traveller family, and my granduncle would have made tinsmithing work, and some of his tools, I still use them every day, like his chisels and different tools, and that's so powerful because he's passed on now. So I feel like when I use his tools, that's a little bit of him that's still there with me. Art is my therapy, it genuinely is, and I feel like when I don't make work, I'm lost, so I need it to exist, as cliche as it sounds. I'd be a completely different person if I didn't have art in my life. It has helped me in so many ways. Like I said earlier, coming to terms with my identity, accepting who I am, and also having the power to express what's important to me.